Letting go of these four things significantly improved my life. The first thing is to stop caring about what people think about you, to stop being a yes man and to start saying no, to start standing up for yourself and to start setting boundaries, to understand that people aren't paying your bills, to understand that nobody has say over what you want to do with your life. Now you can take advice, right? But you should never ever feel peer pressured to do something because somebody else said do it. You should never feel obligated to say yes to people who don't have your best interest at heart, who don't know you, who haven't been through the struggle with you, who just don't simply know your story. And so, yeah, man, I stopped caring about what people think of me. I let go of that. I let go of trying to please everybody. I let go of trying to see, can everybody like me? I don't care no more. The right people will like me. The right people will appreciate me for who I am. The right people gonna back me up. The right people are gonna be in my life. But instead, when we're trying to people please, you guys don't understand that you're opening up yourself to being around the wrong people, to being around the wrong energy. And let me tell you, bro, energy is real. When you step into a room, you can feel it. You can feel if it's a positive place. When you step into an area, you can feel if it's negative. You can feel if it's a negative place. You can feel if people really true to what they say. You can tell if people fake. You can tell right now on this camera if I'm telling you the truth or not. There's things that we can't explain. And I'm telling you, bro, once you're sitting here trying to elevate yourself, but at the same time, you're trying to fit in with everybody, you're going to allow the wrong people into your journey of self-growth, and that can mess up what you have planned for yourself. That can mess up your future. That can mess up the things that you're working on. So trust your gut, trust your intuition. And my intuition is telling me that there's going to be at least 20% of people that's not going to like you. You just can't convince them to like you. They'll never like you. And you have to accept that. And there's going to be a whole bunch of people that do like you. But with that, with love comes hate. With good comes bad. With greatness comes people that's going to hate on that greatness. The same way that we're elevating and we're self-improving in our life, people are going to look at us and say, oh, you think you're better? And it's not even about that. It's just we decide that we want to be better than who we used to be, because who we used to be is mediocre. At the end of the day, we hope that we can inspire the people around us because we love them, but they see it as us trying to elevate past them instead of them saying, you know what? Let me get rid of this crab in a barrel mentality and let me join the journey with him. Let me join my own journey. Let me create my own journey. And let me tell bro that I was inspired by him. So there's haters out here, man. There's people that would just never like you. There's people that will never understand your grind. They'll never understand why you work so hard, why you do what you do. You got to ask yourself, should you people please those type of people? These are the same people that's going to tell you, man, why you working out so much? And you like, you right. Because you don't want to disappoint them, but you really disappoint yourself at the end of the day. You disappoint yourself because you know you should be going to the gym. You know you should be working out. You know you should be active, taking your 10,000 steps. You know you should be drinking your water. You know you got to be on your stuff. But when you look around you, when your friend group is not doing the same thing, that could actually slow you down. When your friend group is asking you why you working so hard, that could actually slow you down. It's because you chasing greatness. You trying to see how great you could be. You want to be 1% better each day. So I'm not saying I'll get rid of all your friends. I'm just saying be prepared in this journey to lose friends. Be prepared in this journey to set those boundaries and say, you know what? I'm just not going to eat the pizza. Hey, I just can't go to the club with y'all. You don't want to party? Why? What happened, bro? You think you better than this? No, I'm locked in. I'm finally focused on me. Because I know how we are. I know we got good hearts. We like to focus on everybody else. We like to see how we can help everybody else, but we never help ourselves. And the truth is, once we help ourselves, that's when we're actually able to help the people around us. But a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people want to help people now. But it's like, you got to help yourself first. You got to fill up your cup first, because you can't help nobody with an empty cup. You can't help nobody when you're navigating this life in a deficit. You want to be in surplus. See what I'm saying? You want to be in a surplus, man. So keep adding up the days, keep adding up the wins, keep grinding, keep being consistent, keep setting those boundaries. If you don't want to party for the next 6 months, 3 months, and you said this is what you want to do, you want to lock in for the rest of the year. Because it's early July right now. We could lock in for the rest of the year. Right? Why wouldn't we do that? Why wouldn't we choose that, bro? And if people can't understand that, if people can't respect that, if people can't respect what you're trying to do, bump them, bro. You got to set those boundaries. You got to set those boundaries. So I learned to stop being a yes man and to stop caring about what people think. I can't live like that. I got to start thinking about what works for me. I got to start thinking about my life. I got to start thinking about my family. I got to start thinking about my loved ones. You see what I'm saying? I got to start thinking about that. I can't be thinking about being cool. I can't be thinking about hanging out with people that don't even care if I live or die. You guys will be surprised, the people that will sell you out, the people that will turn their back against you simply because you want to elevate, but you trying to please them. You got to find a way to please God instead. We'll never be able to please human beings the way that we think we will. They'll never be fully happy or have full gratitude for what you're trying to work on. We got to learn how to please God and make him happy so he can continue pouring blessings into our lives, right? The second thing that I got rid of that changed my life for the better, that improved my life dramatically, that I'm excited to share with y'all. I got it right here in my notes, right? I got rid of excuses, bro. And instead of excuses, it's all about execution. It's easy to blame. It's easy to blame. And it's fair sometimes. I get it. I understand it. Life is hard and there's many different factors. But the biggest factor is yourself. And it's up to us to look in the mirror and say, what can I do to be the best version of me? What can I do to be better than I was yesterday? Despite everything that's going on, despite everything that's going on in the world, despite everything that's going on in my life, despite all that, despite the people that did me right or did me wrong, what can I do to do right by myself? See what I'm saying? Because we can't guarantee that people are going to do right by us. So what can we do to do right by our own selves? Meaning, what can we do on a daily basis to make sure that we're taking care of us, that we're elevating who we are and who we want to be in this world and in society? So I learned to get rid of the excuses, because we could find an excuse for everything. We could point fingers with everything. We could do that all day. To me, that's being in a problem-based mindset. And that's not a bad thing, but there has to be a second part to it. So the first part for most people, they operate on a problem-based mindset. And what this means is that they know how to identify problems very well. Problems within their own life. They could point and say, this caused it, that caused it, do research on it, and understand how it affects them. They're very good at pointing out problems. However, sometimes they're very bad at looking in the mirror and looking at their own reflection and realizing that we are our biggest enemy no matter what, and we will always be the biggest problem that we have to solve. So for me, I don't like to operate on a problem-based mindset because we can always identify the problem. We know what the problems are. We know who caused the problems. But when you're operating in a solution-based mindset, you're doing exactly what that entails. You're finding solutions. So you're finding a way to make the situation better. You're finding a way to make your life better. You're finding a way to lock in and find these solutions. You're finding a way to control what you can control. Control what you can control. Control the controllables. And we're not worried about the uncontrollable things. We're not worried about things that we cannot control. Because if we do, then that will be taking up our mind 24/7. That will be running through our head 24/7. Things that we cannot control will always take energy away from us and take energy away from us actually finding the solutions to control what we can control. And the truth is, brother, life is 99% how you react to the things that happen to you, and 1% things that actually happen to you. So to me, your reaction is more important. Some people say it's 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. I say it's 1% what happens to you and 99% how you react to it, because how you react to it, a lot of it is a mindset. And we live with our mind each and every day. Every moment of the day, bro, we live with our mind. If we have a positive, optimistic, solution-based mindset, then we're able to live a better quality of life over time, because we're finding solutions. And like I said earlier, we are controlling the controllables and not worrying about the uncontrollable things that we just can't ever have power over. Right? So that's number 2. I stopped playing the blame game and I started to look in the mirror and I started to say, okay, what can I do? Okay, how can I be better? Okay, what actionable steps can I take in my own life to make my life better? Right? And to me, that's powerful, man. That's how you take your power back. But there's a lot of people that gave their power away because they keep pointing fingers at other people. It's like, oh, it's that person's fault. It's that person's fault. Not realizing they're never going to apologize to you for what they did. They're never going to admit that it was their fault. They're never going to fix the problem. It's up to us to fix the problems in our life. It's up to us. And that brought more power back to me to make positive changes happen all around me. A lot of people think, oh, you're lucky. You're lucky. Or you're becoming successful. Your dreams are coming true. You're lucky. No, it took hard work. It's not luck. None of it was luck. I had to find a way to create. And I want you guys to be a creator. Not just somebody that sits down and things happen to them. Make things happen for you. People who make things happen for themselves, they're not to be played with. No matter what happens in the world, they'll find a way to make it through. To me, that's being purpose driven to the core. And I know you guys got that in you, and you got to start tapping into that. Number 3, talking about my plans with everyone. Just pop out and show them. Keep it private until it's permanent. I stopped talking about my plans with everyone. My plan is to just pop out and show them. I want to keep it private until it's fully permanent. And the reason why, brother, is because not everybody that smiles with you is with you. And that's something that my mother has taught me when I was growing up. She was like, hey, man, when you start to see success, not everybody that smiles with you is with you. Not everybody that wishes you well is with you. It could be your own people. It could be your own people. Your own people could be your biggest haters. Everybody's looking for a come up. Everybody's trying to eat. I know a funny story. My grandpa in Jamaica, man, I think this is when he was in college. So he's super hungry, right? Super hungry. He buys his food. The food looks good, smells good. You know it tastes good. And he sits his food down on the table, and he can't wait to eat it. But first, he closes his eyes and he prays, which I do before every meal as well. And he prays to God and says, "Thank you for this food, God. I appreciate you. I'm hungry. I can't wait to dive in. Thank you, Lord. Amen." And his eyes is closed. He's praying and he finishes his prayer and his food is gone. Somebody stole my grandpa's food. They saw him sitting there. They know he hungry. Everybody hungry. They saw him get his food. They saw him sit down. They saw him pray. Right? And one of his own took his food. The moral of the story is we can hunt for our success. We hunt for our success as purpose-driven men. We hunt for our blessings. We hunt for our food. We put the work in. And we're thanking God that he has allowed us to do that we're about to enjoy our success. And people will come up to you and snatch it from you when you're not looking. Make sure that the people that's around you is uplifting you, not trying to take you down. Make sure the people around you wants to see you win, not try to take you down. Sometimes people see that you got food and they'll try to take you down because they hungry, but they don't want to hunt. Sometimes the people around you can get jealous because you got food and they don't, and they're hungry and they don't want to hunt, but you were willing to hunt. And you got gratitude, and you praying, and you thankful, and right under your nose, they could be working to take things away from you, take away your reputation, take away things you've been working towards, take away your success, take away your blessings, take away your good name, ruin what you got going on, ruin the things that you're working towards, ruin the type of person that you want to become. Be careful who you mess with. Be careful who you hang around with. Be careful who you allow in your life. Because if they don't get their way, they're going to ruin your way. They're going to ruin your way of life. If you don't say yes to them and set those boundaries, if you don't say no, they're going to take advantage of you. Oh, he didn't say yes to me. He said no. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be hateful. They gonna be spiteful. Keep it private. The things that you're working on, keep it private. There's no need to display your food. There's no need to brag. Work, hustle, dedication, discipline, consistency. Do it all over again the next day. Do it all over again the next week. Do it all over again the next month until you've reached a point where they got to look up at you and there's no way they could take you down. Only person that could take you down is God. But while you're building, while you're growing, while you're being consistent, man, ain't no need to talk. Just hustle. You don't got to display your food. You don't got to talk about it. You don't got to brag about it. They're listening, they're watching, and they're like vultures. And they're trying to take everything. I mean, everything that you are working on. Number 4, I stopped worrying about things that I cannot control. We touched on that a little bit earlier. But for number 4, I want to dive deeper into what that is and what that means. There are a lot of things that you can't control. You got to let go of. Whether people like you or not, whether you get this opportunity or not, whether things work out or not. What you guys have to understand is you guys have to enter this period of your life where you're literally just locked in, where you're giving life your absolute all. Things go good, that's great. Kobe Bryant said, if things go good, that's great. You still gotta wake up the next morning and start the journey all over again. He also said, if things went bad, that's great. Kind of sucks, but the great news is you get to wake up the next morning and do the journey all over again. So whether we win or whether we lose, we have to do the journey all over again. I want you guys to stop worrying about results. We get so result oriented. We have to be journey oriented. Once you tell yourself, I'm going to be doing this for my whole life. I'm locked in forever. I'm locked in until. Ain't no date when it ends. I'm locked in. I'm just indefinitely. I'm here. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I don't think y'all get it. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep saying it in different ways until I feel like y'all fully understand. I'm not going nowhere. I got a dream and I'm in it and I'm never leaving it. I'm going to keep applying pressure. I'm going to keep applying pressure. I'm going to keep going. I'm part of the journey. I'm here to make it happen. We're not going nowhere because we love what we do. But the problem is people are looking at your situation and people are looking at their own situation and they're saying, is this person just in it for results? You're looking at your own situation and you're asking yourself, man, am I just Am I just here for results? There's a lot of things that we want to happen in life. Eventually, I know you'll get results once you continue to put the work in and do the things that you have to do. I can't make any promises, but I'm telling you, if you put the work in, there's a better chance of it happening than not. But what I can tell you, brother, is if you don't put the work in, then nothing is going to come into fruition. Nothing can happen. That's a guarantee. What I will tell you, brother, is if you fall in love with the journey and you keep taking the steps and stop worrying about destination, just fall in love with the journey and know that you'll reach the destination one day because you keep taking a step each day. Now you're talking. Okay? Fall in love with the journey. Fall in love with the opportunity that you have to win. Just like Kobe said, if you win, that's great. You still got to wake up the next morning and do it all over again. If you lose, that sucks. But the great news is you get to wake up and start the journey all over again. It's all about starting the journey all over again. That's what it's about. That's what it's about, brother. Enjoy the journey of life. Enjoy the process of life. Because if you don't, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it, bro. You're going to miss what? You're going to miss life itself. The beauty of life is not just when you get everything that you've asked for. The beauty of life is when you're working towards the things that you've asked for. That's what builds character. That's what builds your story up. That's what it is. Happily ever after is only one sentence in the story. In order for you to reach that happily ever after, it took your whole story. It took your whole life. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Without purpose, without grinding, without discipline, without hardship, without that, you're not really living. There will always be a new level and new things to work on and new goals to set. That keeps you alive. That keeps you hustling. That keeps you going. New level, new devil. And it's going to take a lot of work for you to defeat that. That's the beauty of enjoying the journey of life. There's always another level to reach. There's always another level. Number 5, last but not least, I got rid of my ego. Yeah. I got rid of my ego. Not 100%. You can never really get rid of your ego 100%, especially when you are like making content, right? Like I'm the one speaking right now. Like I got to see my face on the thumbnail and like, yeah, I have a name. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like my name is Malique. Like, yeah, bro. Like that's part of the ego. There's certain things that you can't get rid of. But when I say that I've gotten rid of my ego, I got rid of wanting to be right. It's not about being right. It's about trial and error. It's about learning. Just like we spoke about earlier, enjoying the journey of life. There's a lot of us, we want to be right. We want to be correct. Whether it's politically correct, whether it's I'm better than somebody else. We're tearing people down without even knowing it. We judge people like we're perfect. We've been through some stuff and we've done some stuff. But we're still here, given grace and given another chance to be here for another day and do things right. I'm in no position to judge you or to criticize you or to make you feel bad. I'm here to uplift you and hopefully make your life better. Put you on that purpose-driven path that you are always going to be on regardless. But these videos hopefully speed that process up. Because you were always meant to be a purpose-driven man. Okay? So, brother, what I'm trying to say here is nobody's better than anybody else. Yeah, the ones that put the work in, the purpose-driven man, the ones that chose discipline over laziness. Yeah, are you better than? I mean, if that's the, I feel like there's better words, but sure, yeah, bro. Like you put the work in, bro. Like there's levels to this. You're gonna reach levels that other people did not. Don't be apologetic about that. But what I'm saying here is, we've all been through it, and I'm not one to judge. I'm not one to be egotistical. I'm not wanting to care about being right so much anymore. Not like I used to be, man. It's about enjoying this journey, learning from others, being the best human being that I can be, dropping my ego and uplifting my spirit, being the man that God needs me to be. And in order to be that, gotta be optimistic, positive, see the good in humanity, and also be real and say, man, there's a lot of work that we all need to do. We've all sinned some way, somehow. No one's perfect. And what that means for you is that if you've been feeling like you haven't been locked in, if you've been feeling like you haven't been putting in the work, if you've been feeling like you weren't the best man that you can be, and where was this information all your life? Brother, today is a new day. Today is a new start. Drop that ego, man. It's okay. Humble yourself and say, you know what? We can start fresh. We can start over. Because your story is just beginning. There's no need to hold on. Sometimes it's good to just let go. There's no need to always try and be right. Sometimes it's good to just let go. Sometimes it's good to just restart and understand that you can start again. That's what a new day is for. You aren't supposed to be who you were yesterday. And when you drop the ego, you understand that. You understand that life is all about evolving. You never arrived. We're trying to arrive somewhere. We're trying to be perfect. We're trying to say, yeah, I arrived. I don't have anything else to work on. I'm that guy. But we'll always have something to work on. And we'll always be self-improving. Mindset, physical body, mental, spiritual. There's always growth. And that is the beauty of the world that we live in. That is the beauty of life. We're here to evolve, not be egotistical, not be better than somebody else, but to be better than who you used to be. And to look back 5, 10, 20 years from now and say, wow, I earned the life that I'm at. I earned everything. I put the work in. I can't believe it. And with that, I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Those are the 4 things that I got rid of that kept me on my purpose and kept me locked in. And I hope that you guys could consider getting rid of those things too. Peace. No editing, no cuts, none of that. Just straight record, press record, and just flow. Like, I thank God for this gift, man. I thank God for y'all, my purpose-driven brothers. Thank you, guys.